Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay.
Königsmund
If
und
it's
lernen jetzt
presented
zum
to
ersten
her
Mal
as it
Mira
should be.
Forrester kennen, die dort anscheinend irgendwie schafft oder so. Ja, die schafft er. Genau, die ist jetzt da. Aha, was ist das da? Ein Kohlenbecken. Sieht irgendwie leer aus. Ja. Eine Eisenholzbox. Na, gucken wir mal dort hin. Was gibt's da? Eine Highgarten-Brosche, also Hochgarten, ne? Weil sie schafft ja, glaube ich, für Lady Marjorie von Highgardens. Ne? Also, ja, genau.
It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
Ah ja, hat vorher die Lady Olenna gehört. Oleg.
Ethan made this for me.
Ethan hat das gemacht. Okay. Und was gibt's noch? Eine Münze.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Also eine Münze aus Essos. Und da leitet noch ein Brief. Unfertiger Brief.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Gut. Also haben wir diese Eisenholzbox durchsucht. Nichts Wichtiges drin, außer ein Brief, den es Ihnen nicht abgeschickt hat, ne? Weil ihr Ältere sowieso nicht kommen können. So. Gucken wir mal für eine rostige. Nee, nicht rostig,
Wonders
staubig.
made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Ein Buch.
I hope to see them all someday.
Also sie vermisst ihre Familie schon, ja. Gucken wir noch aus dem Fenster.
King's Landing.
Königsmund.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Also Königsmund liegt ja mehr im Süden von Westeros. Und von daher ist es doch mit Sicherheit sonniger und wärmer als in Ironrath. Brief von ihrer Mutter.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Gut, mir sollte ja hier Highgarden froh, ob die uns irgendwie helfen kann. Gegen die komischen Weißhügel und dann gibt es hier auch noch Ramsay Schnee. Ne? Und es hat gekloppt. So wie ich das mitgekriegt habe. Dann gehen wir mal gucken, wer da an der Tür ist. Ja, ist ja gut. Ich bin ja nicht taub.
One moment.
Oh,
Was ist das für ein
sorry,
dreckiger
lady.
Kerl?
I didn't mean to disturb you. I can
Ach,
come back
schade.
later if you'd like.
Nee, was willst du?
No, it's fine. Come in.
Komm rein. Ach, der bringt Kohle. Deswegen ist der so dreckig.
Begging your
Guck nicht so
pardon,
genau.
lady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, my lady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, my lady.
Ja, wann der die Kohle immer weiterhin einzeln in das Begelät stehen wir mal früh noch hier.
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
Naja, nicht wirklich. Nehm
I
ich doch
saw
mal
Lady
stark an.
Marjorie just this morning. outside the royal sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Lannister-Brot. Und stark
They appeared to be
inzuchtgefährdet mit
having
ihrem
some
Bruder
sort of
Jamie, will ich nur
disagreement.
sagen.
I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Ja, von so einem Kohleschäffler erfährt man
I hope you're
doch
not in
recht
any
viel,
trouble.
weil der kommt hier überall rum
Well, I
und
thought you ought
lacht
to
und man muss hier nur die Ohren spitzen, da hört man so ein.
Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about.
Hat er
See
recht,
and hear all
also
sorts
niemand
of
passt
things
auf ihn auf,
people
weil
don't
er ist
even know
nur,
you're there.
nur der Kohlenjunge und gerade hier in Königsmund ist es immer gut, wenn man die
Good night,
Ohren
Blake.
spitzt. Also wären wir mal gucken, ob wir mit den ganzen Intrigen bei Hofe dort zurechtkommen. So. Ah, da ist sie ja. Frau
Lady
Heigarten,
Marjorie,
Frau Hochgarten.
you're early.
Neue
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Margarete Hochgarten.
Come, there's something we must discuss.
Ah, wir müssen diskutieren. Gut, dann diskutieren wir halt mal. Pass mal auf. So, dann gucken wir uns das doch mal an. Also mir gefällt das Spiel recht gut. Ich hoffe, euch macht das auch ein bisschen Spaß. Ich habe jetzt gesehen, einige haben Episode 1 schon beendet von den Kollegen, aber ich bin halt nicht so schnell, habe nicht so viel Zeit zum Aufnehmen. Wer ist das da?
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank
That's
you, my
all right,
lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
I need your help, my lady.
Of course. And I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the royal sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Ach ja,
She was very pleased
ja.
with herself.
Wir sind aber
Her face
kein
was full of
Verräter,
mirth
mit
as she
Sicherheit.
said it.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless,
Ja,
She
das ist wohl wahr.
demands
Ich kann
an
hier nichts
audience.
dafür, dass
She
mein Vater und mein
wants an
Bruder jetzt
apology
unbedingt
of
müssen
some
mit Robb
sort
Stark
for
im
what I don't
Krieg
know,
kämpfen.
but she's waiting
Aber das
for
ist
us
ja
now,
egal, die
and
sind
I
ja eh alle
promised
gar
I would
tot.
bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the
Ja,
wedding
wir
so
haben
near.
nichts, wofür
I
wir uns
cannot
entschuldigen müssen.
apologize, my lady. I'm not a traitor.
I know you're not, but you must find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Okay, also wir müssen jetzt anscheinend Cersei
See if
gegenübertreten
the Queen Regent is
und
ready to receive us.
müsse ihr erzählen, was sie hören will. Also, mal gucken. Mir kennt ihr ja aber auch mal die böse Schiene fahren, mal gucken, ob man das Ganze überlebe. Das wäre ja auch ganz witzig. Guck nicht so blöd, Blechhelm.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel
Gut,
one
also
thing,
Marjorie
but you
vertraut
must
uns.
say another.
Ach so, also Marjorie hat uns jetzt noch einen Tipp gegeben. Egal was man fühle, wir sollen immer das Gegenteil behaupten. Erst
Good
das?
luck.
Ah, Sarah. Sarah wünscht mir viel Glück. Gut. Naja, dann auf in die Höhle der Löwen. Weil die Lannisters haben ja ein Löwe im Wappen. Mal gucken. Also Marjorie sieht nicht ganz so aus wie in der Serie, wenn das halt ziemlich nah kommt. Jetzt gucken wir mal, wie Cersei aussieht. Tyrion! Also, ich muss sagen, Tyrion, Zwerg, Peter Dinklage, ist meine liebste Figur in Game
You
of
can do
Thrones.
this.
Ja, ich kann das. Mit Sicherheit. Geflüster, Geflüster. Ja, Cersei und
Ah,
Tyrion.
Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Jawohl,
Lord
original
Tyrion.
stimmt, das ist fein.
Your Grace?
Euer Gnaden, jawohl. Ja, hässliche
With your
Kuh.
permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Das bin ich, ja.
I am honored, Your Grace.
yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Bist ja kein
House
König und
Forrester is a northern house loyal
warum sollte
to
ich
the
vor dir
king.
knie? Du
Are
bist
they?
doch nichts, bist
I
ja
beg
nur
your pardon,
Königin
Your
Mutter.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Schlampe.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Kann doch ich nichts davon.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Danke.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say their loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Mit Sicherheit.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Und?
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Danke, Lord Tyrion.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
Das
There are
ist wohl
ships
wahr.
and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Das
I'm
ist auch
told
wahr.
there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Nee, nicht wirklich.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts?
Tja, die
You are a girl
Gedanken
from
sind
the
frei.
north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Ich
I'm
geraten
sure
nicht
she
in
Let the girl
Konflikte.
answer the question.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Ja, bin ich, definitiv.
I'm not
Die
quite sure what to make
gefährlichste
of her.
Näherin in
Not
ganz
surprising,
Königsland.
I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either.
Tja, Cersei, ich kann da aber die Stirn bieten.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Ja, jetzt flüstern sie natürlich alle, weil ich mit Sicherheit eine falsche Antwort gebe. Aber ich glaube, Tyrion
I'll
war
walk you
recht
out.
beeindruckt. Ja, er bringt mich noch drauf.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once. at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then, he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Danke.
You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the North.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei...
Ja,
She
Cersei
will not
interessiert
soon
mich nicht.
forget what you said.
Das ist mir auch egal.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I wasn't trying to please her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Ja, bin ich.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
So, Freunde, also wir leben immerhin noch. Tyrion hat uns Hilfe angeboten. Ja, und ich muss sagen, wir haben das, glaube ich, recht gut gelöst. Ja, und bevor es jetzt da, ich warte jetzt noch gerade, bis es da kurz, jawohl. So, jetzt drücke wir da nämlich auf Pause. Ja, Pause, Pause, Pause. Hallo? Jawohl, Pause. So, also, bevor es da weitergeht, mache ich jetzt hier ein kleiner Schnitt, weil wir haben schon wieder gleich 18 Minuten auf der Folge. Nur hoffe, euch hat Spaß gemacht und ihr guckt weiterhin zu bei mir auf meinem Kanal, wenn es wieder heißt Let's Play Game of Thrones Episode 1. Machen's gut, Freunde. Tschüss, bis dann.